Yesterday, I mentioned that I was going to probably try to do some museum vlogs, and I didn't really know what that was going to look like, but that I'd figure it out. I think mostly that means that I'm going to have to make some bad ones in order to figure out how to make good ones. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a shot at making a bad one. Hopefully it only takes a few bad ones, but who knows? Maybe it'll just be a month's worth of bad ones before I figure it out. I am a member of the Nelson Atkins Museum here in Kansas City, Missouri, but I have not been to the current special exhibit. I get like a free ticket to all of those. I honestly don't even know what the current exhibit is, so I'm going in with zero knowledge, which is I think a great foundation for a bad one, you know, great foundation for my first bad museum vlog. So let's go. Okay, the big reveal. The special exhibit is Painted Worlds, Color and Culture in Mesoamerican Art, which is very fun, very exciting. Let's go check it out. Okay, so we have a map here to set the scene. This is where we're going to look at. Okay, so this is the Florentine Codex. It comes up a lot throughout this exhibit because it's kind of like the Rosetta Stone of Mesoamerica. At work, I am a bit of a rock hater. The story of how my 6th grade science teacher ruined rocks for me is a story for another day. But this display of rocks to make pigments was objectively pretty fucking cool. I'm also a total iPad baby, so I couldn't miss any opportunity to click a little screen, especially a little screen about textile production, which is like really, really cool. I really love this whole collection of textiles here. They're all so beautiful. Unsurprisingly, I generally loved the fiber arts portions of this exhibit most of all. This whole exhibition was originally curated by the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, and they commissioned several works of art for the exhibit specifically. This is one of my favorites. Okay, so the whole thing is like color, but then there's a subsection of white stuff, and in particular, this very cool and contemporary piece. This piece is showing the natural variation in the color of undyed sheep's wool, and I just thought it was neat. I, of course, found and documented more very cool textiles. This is the Codex Loud, which is another really important codex. They had a whole room dedicated to it with this display case in the center. This is a sort of zoom in on 3 parts of the Codex Loud and then 3 historic pieces that reference it. And of course, more fun for iPad babies. There's a lot of stuff in here about like historical pigment recipes and processes. LACMA jointly funded a program to revitalize like ancestral paint recipes, which is really cool. And here are some of the pieces created by the artists who were part of that program. Obviously, with the theme being color, there's a lot of explanation of different colors. I love nothing more than museum signage that makes me giggle. And this one did when it points out that in Nahuatl and Mayan, the term for gold translates to sun excrement, which is, you know, wow. This is my favorite non-textile piece in this exhibit, but I was having the hardest time actually capturing it. So here's me moving around a lot trying to show it off. Shout out to dogs. Apparently in ancient Mesoamerica, loyal dogs would help the soul of the deceased cross the waters under the earth and guide it to the underworld. This is another replica of the Florentine Codex that I recorded because, I don't know. And more gorgeous, incredible textiles, just really stunning, breathtaking detail on this. This is another contemporary piece about the science and art of dye, and it was really cool. These videos aren't really doing justice to any of these pieces, but this one in particular, because I feel like part of the experience is the like scale and spectacle of it. But anyway, it was dope. My favorite thing about going to museums with people is seeing what things catch their eye. I especially love going back to museums like the Nelson Atkins that I have been to a bajillion times and seeing what things other people are drawn to. I like the way that seeing pieces again through other people's eyes changes my own perspective on them. It's really interesting even now just to go back through all the footage that I just captured of this exhibit that I literally just saw, because I honestly only captured a portion of it. Like there's a ton of stuff that I left out. And so in a way, I'm also having this experience of seeing what things drew my own eye. Not that I didn't, know that and see it in real time, but there is something really interesting about getting to see it through this particular record. Anyway, in addition to all the textiles, the final piece in the exhibit is a map, and I also truly, truly love a map. Thanks for going on this little journey with me. I should have filmed myself on the way out, but I forgot. Okay, bye.